Friends, it's best got Bean here. Today we'll be playing more Here for Sweethearts. No, wait, no, hold on. It's been a very long time since I played this, honestly. I think we stopped at Gunther. So we're supposed to be getting married now. And classes lets out once again. You exit out the hallways and into the fresh air of the courtyard. You've got minimal homework for the day and it puts an extra beep of pep in your step. In fact, you're sure it will be done even quicker if you just look up the answers at the back of the textbook. Answers in the back of the book. The school's worst kept secret. Well, aside from that other thing, you make your way down to the rock-lined path in the courtyard, heading nowhere in particular. You just left class. Maybe you'll stop by your dorm really quick to put your books away. Bean! Oh? A familiar voice calls out from behind you. You smile as you turn around to see her jogging up to you. Oh my god, it's her. Bean, I'm so glad I caught you. It's been so long, I don't even know what voices I gave them. I've been dying to tell you about this ever since it happened. Latina begins to walk alongside you as she talks excitedly. You remember that girl I was talking to you about, right? The really cute one with the blue high twin tails, kinda looks like the headmistress a bit. But like, definitely isn't Vasilis. Oh my god, can you imagine? Anyways, we both quote-unquote forgot our dream clothes today and got to sit out together. She's such a riot. We talked about our matching hair clips and she even said if I ever drop by the baking club, she'll make sure to save something for me. I knew I had a good feeling about her. I invited her to sit with us at lunch tomorrow. You could make in the middle of rambling. Natina stops. A familiar grin scratches. Oh my god. Natina grips you by the shoulder and nods towards the fountain. You see her, right? You glance over. There's a lone girl sitting at the edge of the fountain. You can't see much of her face, but she's got voluminous red hair with what appears to be horns curling at the top. I can't read. She's sitting very proper, back straight, legs together. It looks like she's reading something. Doesn't she look lonely? The smile on Natina's face is less than trustful. No harm in going to say hi, right? Something in your gut makes you doubt it. Mary! Before you can even say anything, Natina is already making playful strides to the fountain. Oh my god, I hate her so much, can I just say. Looks like you have no choice but to follow her. Got closer to the girl. As you got closer to the girl, you're able to see more of her face. She strikes you as a bit unsettling at first, but you don't get the same chill around her like you did Twyla. It's just that something about her eyes. They look dull, almost lifeless. And yet she's staring right at you and Natina with such intensity. You feel like she's seeing right through you. And your intentions. You notice her flinch and avert her vision as Natina gets close. Oh my god, Mary. I haven't seen you in like so long. Do you hate me? Are you avoiding me? I'm gonna guess yes based on her face. And also, truth be told, I also hate you, so you can see clearly that Mary's eyes begin to well with tears. What the frick did Natina do to Mary? But she doesn't say anything. It doesn't stop Natina, of course it doesn't. You're always so quiet. Am I ever gonna hear you speak? Mary digs through her bags and pulls out a notebook. She hurriedly scribbles something down on one of the pages, rips it out, and hands it to Natina. Natina takes the paper and reads it out loud. Go away? Aw, come on, what kind of thing is that to say? You can at least try to say something to Bean, can't you? Don't you want to introduce yourself? Bean told me themselves that they think you're cute. They totally like you, Mary. You think Bean's cute? You don't have to answer that. Mary scribbles something down in her notebook again. It takes a bit longer this time, and she holds it up this time instead of passing the page to Natina. Her note reads, You know I can't talk. Please just leave me alone. That's not very nice, you know. We haven't done anything to you. Am I doing something wrong? Of course. Your personality is wrong anyway. We're just trying to make a friendly conversation. Besides, Bean's super into you. Right, Bean? I don't think I even need any of these anymore. Leave her alone. Ugh, seriously? I'm just trying to talk to her. And all she does is tell us to go away. She's being way more rude than I am right now. Come on, Mary. Can you just act normal for once? Why don't you show us what you're reading? Oh my god. Natina lunges for the book in Mary's hands when Mary flinches hard to an almost worrying degree. A frog emerges from the depths of her hair, causing Natina to recoil in surprise. This time Natina can't hide her smug smirk. Oh my god, you let those things into your hair? Jeez, scary. I didn't know you were gross too. You tell Natina to knock it off. This causes both of them to look at you in shock. Bean, what's your deal? Does Natina not hear those words coming out of her mouth right now? Calling someone gross definitely isn't a friendly conversation. She's keeping Natina's silent sentence stops sharply. Her eyes go wide. She's caught the sight of something in the distance. Actually, you know what? I totally forgot that I have to go meet with a friend for cheerleading stuff. Yeah. I'll see you later, okay, Bean? Dina hurries off almost at a running pace, and a few months later, someone comes in to take her place. Oh, it's that guy. A boy with caramel hair and familiar yellow eyes steps up to the two of you. He talks like he's seen all this before, and he's not happy. What's going on here? Chill, bro. We were just talking. Yeah, right. With a girl who can't talk? I saw you here with Natina. What were you doing, huh? Try to assure him that you weren't doing anything bad. All that happened was that you were just introduced to Mary, and it's got nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with me? She's my girlfriend, asshole. Dude, I didn't even do anything, bro. It's got nothing to do with you. Yeah, your relationship really doesn't matter to me. So Mary quickly grabs the boy's attention by tapping him on the shoulder. She signs something to him with her hands, but because of the angle, you can't make it out too well. The boy's expression softens. At least, before he turns to you again. I see. Carry on. The boy gives you an "I've got my eye on you" gesture before walking off again. Then Mary turns to look at you once again. You can feel free to write anything down if you want. Her eye contact is intense. You feel almost unable to look away, as if she really wants to tell you something. But as you just learned, Mary can't talk. And it looks like she just remembered this fact about herself, as she goes to grab her notebook once again and quickly scribbles her hand across it. With a quick and clean tear, she rips the pages. She rips the page she just wrote out of her notebook and hands it back to you. It reads, "Thank you for helping me." You can't help but smile as you read it. You assure Mary that it's no problem. You're on friendly terms with Natina, but she can get a bit nasty sometimes. And the way she was behaving to her wasn't right. Mary smiles at your response. Now that she's in front of you, you feel compelled to tell her. I have something that belongs to you, the frog! She blinks in surprise. You explain to her that this thing you had it for a while, and returning it is long overdue. And as much as it would pain you to say goodbye, you're sure she'd like to see him again. This seems to have grabbed Mary's attention. Hastily, she writes something down and holds it up to you. Where is it? Can you please show me? You tell her it's back in your dorm, if she trusts you enough to follow you back there. She seems to ponder on it for a moment, before smiling in certainty. She allows you to lead the way. You return her smile as you walk to the dorms. As you walk her down to the dorms. Your walk is quiet, of course. You're not really sure what to say to her, and it isn't as though she's going to be saying anything at all. Despite this, it's a pleasant walk, and not overwhelmingly awkward as you unlock the door to your dorm. You welcome Mary into your dorm, and she takes a careful step inside. She seems to be scanning your room, looking for something specific. You already know what she's looking for, so you return it to her as quick as you can. You peer around the corner of the desk he knows that he likes to stay in. He's taking a nap, but he awakes as you cup him into your hands, and then turn around to present her to Mary. That's a long word. Also, you can talk? A cantabar? Hi. Well, you didn't expect that. The frog, a cantabar, jumps from your hands and into Mary's. Oh, a canthabar. I was so worried about you. Seriously, I thought something bad happened to you. I'm so glad you're safe. A canthabar disappears into Mary's hair, presumably joining a number of frogs still hidden in there. So, you can talk. So, she can talk after all? Yeah. If you want to talk about it more, we can do this back in my dorm. I just wanted to make sure Canterbury gets back safe. Well, alright. Thank you. You leave your dorm with Mary. She begins to lead you to her dorm, which you know is also Twyla's dorm. You must admit, you're curious about how it looks, seeing as Mary loves the frogs but Twyla can't seem to stand them. It doesn't take too long to get to the room, considering you're already in the area of the dorms. She unlocks the door and then holds it open for you to enter. Huh. That's nice. Take a step inside the girls' room. It's pleasant, and you can easily tell which side is Twyla's. Because Mary's half is littered with little decoration and Twyla's has none. And speaking of Twyla, she isn't here right now, leaving you and Mary to talk privately. Mary steps in the dorm after you. She allows the Canterbury to climb onto her desk, but only after a few steps he climbs back into her hair with the others. Haha, I miss you too. You can stay here if you want to that badly. So yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Mary Anta, and I can talk. You can see that. Does anyone else know she can talk? Reggie does. He was the first to find out. Oh, and you probably know him as Reginald, though. He's my boyfriend, the guy you met earlier. He's the only other person who knows. Well, aside from the frogs, of course. That's so cute. You see. Well, you have to ask. Why does she pretend she can't then? She's silent for a moment. A few moments. And then she bluntly returns your question with, "It's easier." Oh? Usually when I try to talk to people, well, I always just say something wrong. And when I try to fix things through my words, I tend to just mess it up further. I don't think I'm very good at talking to people. So it's easy to just say nothing at all. Then, even when mess-ups do happen, I know it's not something I said. Yeah, it's something you write. You see, you're sorry she feels like that. Well, as you can guess, I don't really get many opportunities to talk to people. And you've been really nice, so if there's anything you want to talk about, actually, yeah. It'd be nice to talk about a few things with her. There's stuff you'd like to ask her about. Like... Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm curious about the frog. Mary seemed incredibly relieved to see a Canterbury in your safekeeping. Yet, she appears to have many frogs in her possession. Is there something so special about a Canterbury? And why did she start collecting these frogs anyway? They were going to use the frogs for dissection. They said this was the last year they would have dissection as part of the program, but I felt bad. Because why should these frogs get to be so unlucky? I didn't want them to have to die. So she stole them? Didn't she get in trouble for that? I mean, a little. But they let me keep the frogs. So all's well that ends well. And a Canterbury? Oh, right. A Canterbury is very special, you see. Because a Canterbury is frog royalty. He's a prince. Really? Mm-hmm. He's tried telling people in the past, but for some reason only I can understand him. Luckily, he wasn't part of the dissection program. He actually came from me from the woods around the school. He saw how good I was with the other frogs, so he came to me for help. I wish I could help him more, though. You see, a Canterbury isn't just a prince. He's a person, too. Do I have to kiss it? He's just stuck as a frog for the time being. You do a courtesy, Thunder. He can't turn back into a person until he can, well, kiss? Gets a kiss, of course. This is beginning to sound like a fairy tale. If that's the case, why hasn't Mary kissed him yet? 'Cause it won't work if I do it. Canterbar has to be kissed by royalty to turn back. Last I checked, I'm not a princess. Besides, I think it'd be a little weird to kiss a frog before I kiss my own boyfriend. She hasn't kissed Reginald yet? Not yet. I mean, we kiss on the cheek and forehead and stuff. But I can't make the first move. I get too nervous. I think he's a little like that too. Oh my god, they're both bottoms. Maybe when the time's right. Mary seems to stir in happy memories surrounding her boyfriend for a few moments longer before dipping back into reality. Natina sucked. Let's talk about her. Let's talk shit about her. You knew Natina since the first day you came here. She was the first student you were introduced to. You thought she was pretty, amicable at first, but then she started to show some other colors. A bit aggressive. It seems like she's a bit biased against a few different kids at school. And when you were talking to her today, she seemed to target Mary when she saw her sitting alone. Is there any specific reason for that? 'Cause she's the bully. I wish I could tell you. In a way, I wish you could tell me too. I used to be in your position, you know. Tina was the first person I really formally met after I started coming to school here. And like, she was nice to me too. I thought we were friends. I like her a lot. I really, really liked her, you know? It took me way too long to realize she was just making fun of me the whole time. And all her friendly talk was just a roundabout way of calling me weird. And everyone knew but me. But how was I supposed to know? I never really had friends, so I couldn't tell that it wasn't really... It's fine now though. In a way, I almost have to thank her. If it wasn't for her, I might not have met Reggie. And he helps me make sure she doesn't bother me anymore. There was even... I accidentally skipped. There was even this one time he hit her with a... Well, I don't need to get into that. Well, tell me about your boyfriend. I could talk about him all day. What do you want to know about him? Well, she certainly had quite the excited reaction. Why doesn't she start by telling you the things she would love to talk about regarding him? Oh wow, I could go on and on. Sorry, this is a little embarrassing, but I really love him. I really, really do. I just get all giggly thinking about him. You tell her that it's alright. It's sweet to hear her gush, so... He really does mean a lot to me. He makes me feel safe. Like, I don't have to hide anything around him. I always felt like I had to be someone else growing up. People never really liked me the way I was. And if I wanted to be liked, then I had to be someone else. Who I am and what people want to see, they've always been two different people. But he doesn't make me feel like that. I don't have to worry about who I am around him. He likes me the way I am. You can't help but smile. How wonderful is it that she has someone she loves so much. Sorry, did I say too much? Sometimes I ramble without realizing it. You tell Mary is quite alright. If you may, can you inquire a bit further about something small regarding Reginald? I don't think it's small. Well, there's surely a few things you like to know about Reginald, but it's best to start small. So, you've met Reginald's sister before, Mitzi? Surely Mary must know who she is. The first time I ran into Mitzi is because she was crying right after a fight she had gotten into with Reginald. Does she know what their fight was about, or anything regarding some of the rumored animosity between them? Oh, sorry, I don't feel like that's my place to say. If you want to know about it, I'd ask him yourself. I wouldn't feel right talking about it without his permission. You see, you thank her for telling you as much. Alright, about Twyla, your roommate. Twyla? They're your dorm mates, correct? Yeah, that's right. Do they get along? I guess so. I mean, she told me herself that she likes that I don't talk. Said I don't bother her that way. I know she doesn't like the frogs, though. But as long as I keep them on my side of the room, she's generally okay. I wouldn't really say we're friends or anything, though. Why do you ask? We're just wondering about her, that's all. We've actually been in contact with her a lot recently, but... well, you've just been having trouble getting her to like you. You're wondering if she was like that with everyone? Yeah, I think I'd say so. I'm not sure if she likes anyone, but at least she's honest about it, you know? I think that counts for something. You see, you appreciate Mary's input. Glad I could help. You thank Mary for letting you ask her so many questions. You felt like you learned a lot. But now, you're wondering if we can ask her about something a little more serious. Yeah? She asks hesitant. Okay. Yeah? She asks hesitantly. Well, she must know about the murder too, right? Oh, yeah. Right. Well, you think maybe you should ask her about it, seeing as her boyfriend seems to be everyone's top suspect. Does she think he did it? The murder? No. Really? What makes her so sure? If he did, he would have told me. Well, I mean... the best kept secret is the ones you never tell, right? That seems unlikely. You trust him that much? Of course I do. I mean, I wouldn't date him if I didn't trust him after all. Though, when I think about the situation, I kinda feel bad. Reggie's roommate, I didn't know them that well. I was at their dorm all the time, so I feel like I should have known more. Is that so? Yeah, you see, it's like... Reggie's roommate was usually never in their dorm, only really came in for curfew. So Reggie ended up pulling a few strings and had a spare key made. He gave it to me so I could come in anytime I wanted and hang out in there. And Reggie and I would hang out there after class and do homework together and stuff while they weren't around. We'd even nap together on Reggie's bed a lot of the time. But even with all the time we spent there, I only had seen Reggie's roommate a handful of times. I don't even remember their name. And now they're just... gone. I didn't even know them at all. I wish I had known more before. I wanted to leave something in their door after it happened, you know. To pay some sort of respect. A flower or two just to make something small and nice. But they closed off that room for a long time and I had just lost my key before it happened. You lost that key before it happened, so the person who killed it used your key to get into the dorm then? And now that room is yours, so I feel weird about leaving something in it now. Well, if she ever wants to, she's welcome to. Anyways, Twyla usually comes back around this time. She could be walking in any minute. I just thought I should let you know since, well, I won't be talking anymore once she's here. Right, well... is there anything you'd like to say? Yes, actually, now that you mentioned it. Would you, I know we just met, but... could you do me a favor? I've been thinking about this for a long time and I can't really ask anyone else to do this for me, so... now that I have the chance. You know... the dance, the one we're holding at school real soon. Yes, I'm taking Twilight. Yes, I do. Right. Well, I really want to go. Is she not already going with Reginald? Well, that's the thing. Reggie hasn't talked about the dance at all. I would ask him to go with me myself, but I know he doesn't like big parties and stuff like that, but thinking about going, getting all dressed up, getting to dance with him, it makes me feel all giddy. And I'm sure if I asked him to go to the dance, he would say yes because he's really nice like that. But I would feel bad about having asked when I know he's not into the idea. So she wants you to... Oh, alright. I was thinking that maybe you could convince him, like maybe talk to him about the dance, tell him about how it would be a good idea to take me or something. I feel less bad knowing he asked me because he was convinced it'd be fun, you know? I mean, just because I convince him that it's a fun idea doesn't mean he'll actually like it, because he would know that you want to go. So he would say that he likes it just for you. You know what I'm saying? You understand, and you tell Mary that it's something you can do. Really? You've been wanting to meet Reginald for a long time now yourself. You're sure when you see him you'll be able to tell him about how fun it'll be to take her to the dance. Oh, yay! Thank you so much. I always wanted to go to one of these, so... Thanks, Bean. I don't really have a lot of friends at school, so... I'm really happy that you're one of them. Yes, first try. Alright, so obviously... I'm going back again. Alright, okay, this one. Thank you for talking to me. Oh no, if anything, I should be thanking you. It's not often I get to talk with people. So it feels really nice to have talked for so long. I hope we can do this again sometime soon. You wish Mary a good day and head off your own. You feel close to her and she seemed like a good amount. But not good enough. You feel like there's something more you could have done to her to really cement your friendship together. Maybe next time you see her, you'll figure out what it is. Alright, this one. That seems unlikely. I don't really want to talk about this anymore. I understand why you're concerned, but... No, you understand why it would be a tense topic for her. Does she want you to leave? I need to make sure Canterbar is doing okay. Right, you understand. You leave her dorm a bit embarrassed. After all she was happy to share with you, you go ahead and say something like that. Oh well, maybe it's not a total loss. Maybe next time you see her, things will do better. Okay, this one doesn't really matter. So this one. You're coming off pretty strong. OMG, I am not. Honestly, I'm kind of annoyed you even said that. I mean, seriously? Would it kill her to act normal around us? Especially when I'm trying to introduce you. In the midst of your bickering, you notice Mary quickly collects the things and leave. But Natina hasn't seemed to notice or cared as she continues to berate you. And like, wow, Bean, I thought you were supposed to be like my friend. Some friend you are acting like. I thought you'd have my back. Jeez, you're so... Natina continues to spew a few choice words at you before finishing with a huff and storming away from you. Now you're off upset Natina and Mary's gone. Looks like things didn't quite end up the best they could have. Oh well. Alright. I don't know how long this one will be. I should have time for one more. Depends how long it is. And it shouldn't be that long. Ugh, is it the weekend yet? Although perhaps you shouldn't complain. You've hardly had any homework today. Things have been a little more lonely lately. Ever since you gave Mary a Canterbar back, you don't quite have someone to bounce your thoughts off anymore. When you return to your dorm, it's empty. And for that reason, you don't really feel like heading back right away. It's fine. You're not carrying a lot on you anyways. You can afford to walk around for a bit and see who you run into. After all, it's another beautiful day outside. The birds are singing. Not so different from always, but you're sure to find someone who, if you look. Perhaps if you were to look over by... Is that crying? Definitely. A sense of deja vu overtakes you as you look for the source of the noise. Even the sound of it is all too familiar. You find yourself wandering over to one of the dark alleys where one building meets another, and you begin listening in to a conversation that you weren't meant to be a part of. Oh my god. I don't understand you. Are you done yet? How many times are we going to have to go through this before it finally clicks that I want nothing to do with you? I'm not like them. I didn't do anything to you. I have never cared about that. Gosh, how do you expect us to get along when you never even listen to me? Let's stop pretending this is about anything other than feeding your own ego. That's not true. I'm trying to do something good for you. The best thing you can do for me is just stay out of my life. Things only have ever gotten worse for me since you came in the picture. Why can't you understand that I just want to be left alone? Because you can't imagine a world where everything doesn't work out for you. Mitzi always has to come out on top. Mitzi always have to win, and she can't fathom the idea of going against that in her perfect little life. You're never going to win me. They made their decision, and you have to deal with the consequences this time, not me. If I ever see you again, it'll be too soon. Well, do you have anything left to say? Or has it finally gotten through that thick head of yours to leave me alone? Mitzi runs out of the alleyway in tears. It feels very reminiscent of the first time you met her. Only this time, the person left waiting in the alley was different. You're so caught up in your own thoughts that you don't even realize when hey, you! Hi! I want to talk to you. Oh, okay. That's soothing. You take a step back to give him room to walk out of the alley. He does so calmly, dusting off his pants and clearing his throat a bit as he leaves the shade of the building and joins you in the sunlight. You hesitantly ask him what he wants to ask about. You half expect him to tell you a new one for eavesdropping on his conversation when... I wanted to apologize for the other day. Damn. He is a great guy. Oh? Mary told me that you were actually really cool and nice. I feel bad if I scared you. I was just being careful, you know. Well, this is certainly different from the Reginald you thought you knew. Yeah. This is even the same person. Yeah. The same person who confronted you by Mary and who was just yelling at their sister in the alleyway. You thank him for apologizing. It seems like the right thing to do. It's been, right? Thanks for looking out for Mary. We both really appreciate it. Say, while he's here, can you ask him something? Sure, go for it. The way he's speaking to you is incredibly off-putting when compared to your first impression of him. It really is. Try to ease your way into asking. Oh, what was that all about back there? Oh, that's... how much of that did you hear? Listen, if you knew the situation, you'd understand. Is he going to explain to you the situation then? No. The smile is more terrifying by the minute. Well, so much for that. Can you ask him about some other stuff then? Alright. What would you like to know about? About your old roommate. Oh, that. Yes, I suppose it does make sense you would want to ask about that. You're staying in that old room, right? Haha, you weren't freaked out by it, were you? He talks about it so casually. As if it wasn't his own roommate who died. Pretty recently. You tell him that his casual attitude seems a tad inappropriate for this situation. You think so? I'm not sure how else I should be acting. I didn't really know them well. And admittedly, when it first appeared, it was an alarming moment. But, I don't know. It's hard for me to feel something over someone I don't know. Honestly, understandable. It's not that I don't feel bad, but once you get over the initial shock, what are you left feeling for someone you barely knew? It's like finding out a coworker died. Scary, but easy to move on from. Well, now it is that I don't have to talk to the police anymore. And they already ruled me out because I wasn't there the night it happened. No matter what Twyla or anyone else tells you. You know about Twyla? Where were you then? Ugh, not you too. That's the real reason you came to talk to me, isn't it? You thought I killed them too, didn't you? Never mind. Maybe you aren't as nice as I thought. Please leave me alone. Reginald leaves without another word. It makes you feel a bit embarrassed, and you hope you can redeem yourself when you see him again. Alright. You know about Twyla's investigation? Of course I do. She's so certain that I did it simply because we shared a dorm. She claims she doesn't think I did it anymore, but I don't know. That girl still treats me strangely. I mean, she should know better than anyone why it couldn't have been me. Oh, and why is that? What? Huh? If you really want to know, I'll show you, or we have to go to my dorm first. What did you do? Dude. Are you comfortable with that? Or are you worried I'm gonna kill you too? Kind of don't have any other choice, right? Let's go. Right, follow me. I begin to walk with Reginald on the way to his dorm. Funnily enough, you see him walk towards the direction of your dorm first. Then he stops, does a double take and begins to walk in the other direction. Seems like he still struggles on where he's supposed to go some days. As you walk, you look around and spot Natina emerge from behind the corner. You wave to her, but when she sees you, or more specifically who you're walking with, she flinches and turns away, speed walking the other direction. It's like how she behaved when you were with Mary the other day. Reginald doesn't seem to pay any mind as he continues to his dorm. You notice that he seems a bit farther away from the other dorms you've been able to visit so far. He unlocks the door for you and you both step inside. His dorm is simple. Oh my god, a little pufferfish. His dorm he doesn't have many decorations up. But the most striking part of his dorm is that there's only one bed in here. Like you, he dorms alone. You have to assume the incident is to blame for that. Reginald steps in and looks around. Was he expecting something in his own dorm? You remember what Mary told you about how they used to hang out in his old room together? Perhaps they still do that, and maybe he was checking she wasn't around before. I actually had to dig for it a bit. So, just a moment. Reginald opens a closet in the dorm and begins to rummage through some stuff. The smiling is a little bit weird. As he's getting his stuff sorted, you ask him, "What's the deal with Natina?" Ugh, her. You didn't mean to upset him. You're just curious, that's all. Back when you had met Mary for the first time, Natina ran for it as soon as Reginald showed up. And just now, when Reginald was leading you to his dorm, you spotted Natina, but she hurried away before he could spot her. It seems like she's scared of him. Is she? Good. It's probably because I hit her in the face with this. Reginald reaches over and holds up a shoulder-strapped school bag. Seeing the way it hangs from being lifted, it seems pretty heavy. It leads you to believe there has to be at least one textbook in there. You're unsure of whatever look is on your face hearing this news, but it must be pretty surprised one because Reginald mentions it immediately. Don't give me that look. If you were there, you would have done the same thing. Slimy bitch. Honestly, yeah. Thinks she can get away with anything by putting on a happy little face. We saw the way she grabbed Reginald. Looks like he's biting his tongue. And then he takes a deep breath and calms down. Listen, Bean. People at this school aren't the nicest to Mary. I'm not gonna let them push her around anymore. And I know I can be a bit aggressive, but I didn't kill anyone. You see. Here we go. His demeanor shifts once he found the thing he was looking for. The supposed reason he couldn't have been in his dorm the night of the incident. Oh my god, why are you blushing? I worry. So, if it's bad, please tell me, okay? My friend Gunther has been telling me it's good, but I want it to be the best it can be. Is this gonna be like a gift for Mary or something? It is a crochet sweater. Oh my god, it's amazing. It seems big in a cozy way and has a pattern that resembles little hearts stretching across it. So, yeah, I've been working on this. It's actually my third attempt. You tell him it's not half bad. You assume this is a gift for Mary? Yeah. She really likes soft things, and I know it's not her usual dark style, but I just want to do something nice and I thought she might like it. She really means a lot to me. And I wanted something to show that. You understand? You think it's very sweet of him to make something for someone he loves so much. They're so wholesome and nice. They both love each other so much. Though you are having trouble understanding how this connects to the incident. Oh, that's because I was breaking curfew to work on it. Really? Mm-hmm. See, what happened was, the school has a knitting and crochet club, but I didn't really want to join. It's not like I would be planning to stay in the club and having to learn everything around several people who already know it is... It's quite embarrassing. That's when Twyla told me I could go to Gunther for help. Is that so? Mm-hmm. We used to talk every now and again. Not very often, but I mean, she's Mary's roommate after all. And when I mentioned the whole crochet thing to her one day, she told me that Gunther knew how to do it, and I should just go to him for help. And that's why I don't understand why she thinks I was the one who did the murder. Because I was in Gunther's room, failing to make the sweater the night that it happened, and he can confirm that if you ask him. Really? You tell him that you've met Gunther before, so perhaps you'll ask him about you ask him a bit more about the situation if you run into him again. Gunther seems very upset over the incident, so you don't think he would lie about having met Reggie that night? Yeah, Gunther's pretty soft. I used to meet with him after curfew to help keep the sweater thing more of a secret, but ever since the incident, he doesn't like to break that rule anymore. Now I meet him in the baseball field. Mary doesn't come there without a reason, and it's easy to hide under the bleachers or the dugout if she does. You giggle a bit. Reginald will break curfew and hit someone in the face for his girlfriend, but he hasn't even kissed her yet. Pardon? How do you know that? Mary had told you when you were talking with her about the other day. I see. I mean, it's not as if I don't want to kiss her. Oh, I should tell you about the dance thing. I think about it quite a lot. It's just... You'll think I'm silly if I say it out loud. I won't think... I don't think you're silly. Tell me. Okay, it's just... So the campus at school is really beautiful and all, right? Yeah? But think about it. If I'm asked years down the line where I had the first kiss, what am I gonna say? At school? That'd be so lame. And she deserves better than that too. With a girl like that, a first kiss has to be perfect, you know? I wanna wait until the right time. Maybe this weekend? We have a date at the city planned, so I'm sure once we're somewhere nice. That sounds like a great idea. Yeah, you think so? You do think so. It's like you can feel his heart fluttering the way he talks about his girlfriend so lovingly. Ah, wait a moment. You said Mary told you about this? That she had talked to you? Ah, yes, she did. She was oh my god, I'm terrible. She was happy when you had returned one of her frogs. She exclaimed her excitement and blew the whole secret. She told me about you before, but she didn't tell me she actually talked to you. That's a great thing. Maybe it means she'll start feeling more confident. You hope so. She actually talked quite a lot. And about some stuff Reginald might want to know. Huh? What do you mean? It's not anything bad, is it? Oh, no, not at all. She just didn't want to tell him directly. But you're unsure if there's a way to go about it without being direct. What is it then? Bean, don't do that to me. Don't tell me you have something to say and then just not say it. What did she say? You tell Reginald that you'll tell him. If he tells you what's been happening between him and Mitzi, that's perfect. Bean, are you serious? This isn't... Do you really want to know that badly? You would like to. You've heard a bit about it from Mitzi and the other students, but not enough to paint a full picture. It might not be any of your business, but... No, I'll tell you. Everyone at school already knows, so why shouldn't you get to, right? Besides, I'd rather you hear it from a direct source than through any gossip in the rumor chain. I'm only gonna say this once, so make sure you're listening. You nod to him. How do I start this? There's no real way to say it without being awkward, so... Oh my god. I'm thinking of so many bad scenarios in my head already. I was born... God damn it. They gave me... some months after she was born, they kept her. Okay, I grew up in a shoddy orphanage where they moved away and lived a better life without me, all while I'm still carrying the name they gave me. Then one day, many years down the line, I received a letter in the mail saying that I was invited to attend Ether West Academy. Ether West, can you believe it? A nobody like me getting to attend a school like this. A boy with hand-me-down glasses and a leak above his bed is now able to attend a prestigious and luxurious school completely free of charge. Why, it's a dream come true. And it was for a while. And then Mitzi came along. I didn't have a class with them or anything. For the longest time I didn't even know they existed. But our classmates started to notice we both had the same last name. Some even came up to me to tell me we looked alike. Eventually Mitzi met up with me. And she called our parents. And haha, surprise, surprise, we're long-lost siblings, I guess. Her parents telling me that they always meant to come back for me, and that they were so happy to see me okay. Of course, she was ecstatic about it. Haha, so overjoyed to have a new surprise brother. Acting as though we could put the past behind us and just become one big happy family. As if... I want nothing to do with that family. Well, I might keep the name Reginald. I kinda like it, and Mary does too. It's grown on me. But I'm reclaiming it for myself. They didn't name me Reginald, I did. And they can keep their stupid last name Tetra? No, Reginald and isn't that's Mary's last name? Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? I like the sound of it. You see, that was a lot to take in. You can only imagine how much it is for Reginald himself to take in, having lived and apparently still living through it. Yeah, whatever. I don't care anymore. Tell me what Mary said. Ah, right. You tell Reginald that Mary told you what Mary told you. Mary really wants to go to the dance, but she's too scared to ask Reginald to go with her because she knows he doesn't like stuff like this and doesn't want to make him feel bad. You were supposed to convince him that it'd be fun to go, but you feel like it would just be easier to tell him outright like this. Specifically, she wants Reginald to ask her so that she knows she isn't the one putting pressure on him. She wants to go to the dance? Of course I'll take her. She could have asked me. Goodness, I mean, I'll do anything if it means I get to do it with her. Our date. I'll ask her to go to the dance with me on our date. And it'll be perfect too. We can look for stuff to wear together while already in the city. Sounds like a plan. You hope they enjoy their date together, and you are excited to be able to see them at the dance. Oh, and Bean? Before you go, it was actually nice talking to you. At first I was mad that you were pressuring me to talk about it, but I kinda feel a bit better after I was able to vent to you a bit. So, thanks for that. I'm excited to see you at the dance too. Yes. Alright. Let's go through this. You're overthinking it. Look, it may seem that way to you, but it's something really important to me. You apologize. It's fine. Are we done here? I already showed you what you came here for, so... You apologize once again and take it upon yourself to leave. Hopefully it didn't make you feel too bad. Maybe next time you see him, he'll have forgotten it. Probably not. You hope. Alright, this. You don't have to. Thanks. Can we finish this up now? I think I answered everything. I think I'd like to go see Mary myself now. You tell him you understand and go on your way. You think about the things Reginald told you, but not as much as you think about how you could be closer to him right now. He seems to like you a bit, but not enough as we would like. You didn't even tell him the things Mary had said before the dance, about the dance. Maybe when you see him again, you can get it all sorted out. Did you see Natina out there? I didn't. Was she doing anything? No, she wasn't. You just thought you should ask. You're just curious, that's all. Back when you had met Mary for the first time, Natina ran for it as soon as Reginald saw that, and now when Reginald was leading you to the door, but Natina hurried away. It seemed like she's scared of him. Okay. Maybe another time. Yes, I figured as much. Goodbye. Reginald leaves. You feel bad. Even though you feel as though you should have your guard up around him, he seems offended you thought of him in such a way. Maybe you let everyone else's word get to you. Maybe next time you see him, you'll apologize for thinking of him that way. Alright. How about your old dorm? Oh, that. Yes, I suppose it does make sense you would ask about that. You're staying in our old dorm, right? I'm freaked out about it, are you? Okay. So, I think that's all the same thing. Oh, that is, I suppose. Is Mitzi okay? Do you really think I care how they're doing? Though I wish I could say I was surprised to hear those words. Everyone loves Mitzi. If you're so worried about her, go check on her yourself. I'm done having them be my problem. Reginald leaves you sitting there by yourself. Perhaps your wording of the question wasn't quite right. If you knew he was going to act so strongly, you would have phrased it differently. Maybe next time you see him, you could do just that. This one. Run. You quickly hightail it out of there. You stuck around just for a second too long and it completely jeopardized your chances of getting to know Roger. It really didn't. Now what are you going to do? Hopefully you forget the whole thing when you see he'll be so confused. Right. That's it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed this series, this game a lot. And just when I was about to edit one of the videos, more came out. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoy it. So, like, comment, subscribe, do all this good stuff. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!